Okay, so there's a war going on in the War League between the Enraged Pandas and Beam Tones. Ch0pP is on my team, and I will be reviewing their playing for the Enraged Pandas. So, unfortunately, it's flipped, but we'll look at it together. Kotsos is on the play game 1, opens pot duo. Duo hits the Rota. Here I would discard Saku if I was Ch0pP. We agree. Kotsos decides to set the Assailant instead of the Spy. Interesting. Ch0pP could play Charity here. I think that's very reasonable to try and pitch the lady. Decides not to, which I think is fine. You could argue there's not much you're looking for her, but I'm quite desperate for a dust shoot there. And there are other combinations as well where perhaps you could improve your turn. Maybe not. But I think that's one thing that maybe I would have done differently. Here I would definitely graceful. I want to find a Blade Knight. Yep. We found one, and we found the BLS. I think you might have to pitch the BLS here. The other option would be to pitch like Storm War Lady, which I also think is fine. I'm not sure which I think is better. I'm not gonna dwell. Yep, keeps the Storm rather than BLS and or War Lady. Well, or I think that's fine. Well, the thing is, you can't keep both War Lady and BLS, right? But you can keep one of them. So, I mean, you always keep Premature Blade Knight. I think it's fine to keep the Storm, but I'm not sure I would. So Kotsos is gonna Storm and then set Spy, right? Just set Spy. I think that's fine. Yeah. On second thought, I think that's actually better. Goes for a premature Ch0pP to get the swordsman. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is looking fine. Maybe you could argue that the Storm isn't looking too good here. Yeah, maybe you keep the War Lady actually. Doesn't set the Dust Tornado afraid against an opposing Storm. Of course, this is good damage control, but yeah, unfortunate. And now we have the Spy. And he draws Dust Tornado MST. Yeah, it's so rough. So unfortunate. So I haven't watched this game. I just saw the last turn of game 3 because I was in a ladder match. Um, yeah, Kotsos is going to snatch here, I believe. Okay, so now we can't really set the faith. So I think we're just gonna have to pass. If I'm Ch0pP, I play duo. But of course, we're gonna miss the BLS and then we're gonna die to it. So that's unfortunate. Well, the BLS can't drop because Ch0pP decided to set the Typhoon, which makes sense. Then drops the Kaiko, which means Chaos can't come down, but it also frees up flips. But I think at this point you're in such a tough spot that it's hard to say what is correct. But I mean, they could have flips, such as Faith. But Chaos Monsters, you could claim that they should have dropped by now. But of course, they could be playing around Snatch and such. But at that point, like, it's it's rough either way. Mobius comes down game 1. Super weird. Yeah, just as you find out to the spy, you're dead. Rough, rough, rough. But that's fine. Ch0pP down 1. So this is the game. Well, I'm not gonna spoil the result. Setting Rota, honestly, I don't understand why we set Rota here. Seems unnecessary to me. Now we lose the BLS for sure to do, rather than having good chances to keep it. I just don't see the upside. I like the blind duo, or dust tornado I meant to say. So decides to go for the Rota, probably reading that it could be a spy here. Grab the swordsman. I think swordsman is fine, Because it could also be Sangan, and at that point you're not very happy. So yeah, I think this is fine. We don't play around Mirror Force as we do have Judgment as backup. Yeah, I like this. That's great. Penguin Soldier, what? I mean, I guess we pick Faith. I mean, Faith doesn't do anything. But the Penguin Soldier doesn't do anything. We could pitch Faith to the Raigeki break, so I guess we pitch Faith. That's the only tiebreak I can find. Yeah, Chopper agrees. Yeah, no, you know that this is gonna work out, so you just drop the Kaiku. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a wash. I think we're gonna have to like Raigeki break something here. The Kaiku perhaps, but it's so weird. Like, how do you ever live? Yeah, you suck with the Kaiku, sure. That actually makes sense. I don't get this deck from Chopper's opponent. Chopper is correct in just summoning and attacking. Uh, because if it's a Torrential Mirror Force, you have the BLS and follow up overall. So yeah, you go for lethal. Force out the Raigeki break. Judgment the pot. Beautiful. Okay. So decided to chain book to the MST. Is that what happened? Why? I agree with summoning monsters setting a book behind it. What I don't understand is why we chain the book to the MST. I find it hard to come up with a scenario where it matters. I guess it's better against Snatch. But I don't know, it seems... Because we never have knocks. So that's not a consideration. And I can't really think of any monsters that runs over a set Blade Knight but not a face-up Blade Knight in that scenario. Because Breaker Abyss run it over either way. I mean, I guess maybe just chaining the book is slightly better against the Snatch, and that's the only tiebreaker. Yeah, so Sabara makes a lot of sense. So this game is gonna be over quickly, and that's because of this graceful, I guess. I mean, you probably pitch like Rain Controller. No, you probably pitch Torrential actually, yeah. So now you probably drop Brain Control Mobius. Yeah. Oh, so Chopper only got to take a couple of turns here before losing. That's insane. This is his third turn. Summons BLS. Yeah, I agree with this. Seems right to me. Yeah, this is just game. Wow, that was quick. Well, I think Chopper played well. I don't think this would have turned out any differently, which, you know, is always reassuring for most of us, even if it's not perhaps the best mindset long term. It's very reassuring in the moment and consoling after a tough loss. So we're still up in the war 2-1, so two matches left. If we win either of them, we're still winning the week. So that's a great spot. Yeah, this was a short review, first one in I think a year. So let's see if I upload anymore. See ya.